Beyblade X's custom line has had a lot of problems since launch. But with the new heavy assist blade, how can it fix all its problems? It actually doesn't. It's just so heavy that it almost doesn't matter anymore. So I'll be getting Pegasus Blast against some of the best meta options in Beyblade X and see how it does. So if you are new here and like bays that spin, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment your thoughts. And as well, make sure to check out Mall of Bays. We import from Japan and we are Canadian based. We're also having a holiday sale. It's going to be going on in December, and it's an optional way to support the channel. I appreciate any and all support regardless. Before we get started, I want to give a shout out to our channel members: Shadow Wolf Degree, Matt Matty Penguin, Gabriel, Like Paul, Mohad Adlan, Kimono, Nick's Nerd Cave, Johannes, Matt Seymour. This is an optional way to actually help out the channel, and a shout out to our members for the past month of November. So to kind of go over in this video, what combination did I pick and why? Because we're going to be going over a lot of strategy and all that stuff later on in the video. The reason why I'm picking the Pegasus Blast main blade and not anything else is mostly just because aside from some of them that might be okay, Pegasus Blast is the most consistent, hard-hitting blade in the custom line right now. Things like Brave are not going to work out well because of the shape and design. Volt is going to be kind of coping a bit. Hunt and Fang are maybe like fine, but I'm trying to look for the best option possible. And well, Mites could probably work for attack. I prefer to just to leave it on as defense use. So we're with Pegasus Blast. Seemingly what was already the best of custom line a couple months ago is still true now. But what's changed? Well, what's changed is the heavy assist blade. It is a couple grams more than any other regular assist blade, and it's at least at a short height. What most custom line assist blades suffer from is that they're pretty tall. This one is the shortest they can possibly do for it, and it's heavy, so there's at least something going on there. Now, the rest of the parts we're going to be picking are not going to really take that long to explain. I'm just doing 360 just because I have it with me, and we're just going to do the rush bit. Rush is a slow and controlled bit, so it should be able to give us some pretty good movement just to be able to get out our opponents. Also, the reason why I'm not doing the kick bit is I just feel that kick slides around a lot. That also means if I'm really heavy, I'm more likely to potentially self-KO when I'm using the heavy assist blade. With the combination complete, I'll be using the Metabase resource that takes the best combinations from Ontario Beyblade Tournament, whether it's WBO or locals, and just pick the top 3 best combos that have been doing good in the month so far, and we'll throw in Cobalt Dragoon on Elevate. And our first opponent is going to actually be Wizard Rod on 160 Hexa. Why does this combination use? Wizard Rod is a round shape that has great stamina and defensive properties. 160 bounces and rebounds around, and Hexa has some pretty good stamina. So I first want to talk about the opponent of Wizard Rod on 160 Hexa because it just lost like by so much, and it's honestly kind of hilarious. So what I do want to say is that when I was trying this out in a tournament, I did manage to actually get a pretty big win, and the reason why is because you need to get that early game KO against stamina / defense. Otherwise, this build will probably suck quite a bit. You have to force Hexa to go around the rail. You need to get that early game kill because it's super, super tough. Now, I would also say that if you did have the metal lock chip on there, you could get an easier push and get an easier kill on Wizard Rod, but you do sacrifice the fact that the metal lock chip does make it a lot less stable, and it will probably ruin your attack versus attack, which is kind of the whole point of this build. Like, for an example, let's try this up against Shark Scale on 170 low rush. Now, the reason why people do this is that when they're building a deck of 3, 160 is probably on the Wizard Rod, so they just do 170 low rush on the Shark Scale, which I should mention is a pretty good destabilizer blade, so we'll see how Blast does against it. Don't rip! Don't rip! Fuck! Don't rip! Come on, Blast, get those hits in, you can do it! Okay, we're going around. We're kind of hoping that we can get a pretty good hit in, but I think Shark might win the big destabilization. Oh! Don't rip! Alright, the bays are going around right now. Blast got some good hits. Come on. Oh, shit, it burst. 3, 2, 1, let's rip. 2, 1, and rip. Who will get it? Pegasus or Shark? Oh, and it's a Pegasus victor! Rip. I would say overall, if we look at the results between Scale versus Pegasus Blast won overall in a very dominant fashion. The only times that Pegasus Blast will lose pretty bad to Shark Scale is most likely going to be in outspins. If it can hard hit and destabilize it at the start, it's going to heavily lean towards Shark Scale. However, obviously the opposite is true. If Pegasus Blast can get those super big hits at the start, it will bully Shark Scale quite a bit. I would almost say that this kind of depends on your launch power between the two of them, because it really just depends on who hits who first and by how much strength. I would say that the matches can get very close, but otherwise, what you'll be noticing is that Pegasus Blast will more likely than not in dominant fashion beat Shark Scale because it's just heavy and hard hitting. This is one of those things where the strategy is just going to be locking in. There's no real specific way to actually beat Shark Scale super consistently, but the results were very pleasing here. This is not even a defense build, so I was pretty happy to see that it was doing very good overall. Against now what is going to be a little bit of a tough opponent here, Hover Wyvern on 960 kick. Now the reason why this is going to be tough for the CX build is that Hover Wyvern is a very good destabilizer against the custom line that is already pretty top heavy, so we'll see how it does. Don't rip. Don't rip. Don't rip. Don't rip. Rip. Don't rip. Don't rip. Don't rip. Don't rip. Don't rip. Don't rip. Oh, it's a big one. Hover Gaming. Hover Victory. Hover Wyvern falls down like a loser. Oh. They're doing. I am very surprised here at the Hover Wyvern battles because it did get outspun only a few times. There were some times I did actually burst, and that was because I was using my Hasbro 360, and I should have probably just done a 960. I don't know. I thought the 360 was fine, and it gave me a lot of balance. But, I mean, hey, what we're seeing here, Hover is a pretty tough opponent, even though sometimes some people don't like Hover because it's a little bit crazy to control. I do think it does have a lot of benefits against the custom line, but against an opponent that it should, like Hover should have had the advantage here, it was, again, a very clean sweep of hard KOs back to it, and easy outspins. So let's now take a look at our last bonus opponent, Cobalt Dragoon on 560 Elevate. I just thought I needed against some type of equalizer build. Cobalt Dragoon should maybe destabilize our CX build, and Elevate should outspin it. Rip. Did you rip? I just hard launch just to see if it makes a difference for you. Okay, it does. I lose more. Rip. Oh, rip. Don't rip. Did I fumble? So I do think when we actually look at Cobalt Dragoon for its performance, you'll notice that yes, there were a lot of outspins, but where Pegasus Blast Heavy was able to shine a lot was the fact that it could keep on KOing it and even burst it. Now, bursting I was a little bit surprised with because that was my good Hasbro 560, but dude, the KOs were crazy. I would say that overall, this build is seemingly doing a lot of good stuff. It does seem pretty dominant in an attack versus an attack matchup. Now, I do think overall overall, if we were to look at the results to see its performance, aside from the stamina and defense matchups where you do have to try to launch to force your opponent to get either KO'd or force an X dash, for example, for Hex and beat it, it's doing pretty well overall. Like, I would actually use this in a tournament. I do think the custom line needs to keep the track of more assist blades like Heavy, because clearly something's working. If all these assist blades, it was kind of so-so for performance, and then we finally get one that's actually like, damn, this shit's actually pretty good overall, it's clearly telling us something. I also think more main blades like Pegasus Blast, where we have a blast main blade that's almost like 33 grams, and just like better shapes and designs to them. We don't really need to do much to actually save this system, just a little bit of weight and a little bit of shape and design, and it can go a long way. So please let me know in the comment section below, what are your thoughts on this build? What are your thoughts on Heavy in general? What builds do you like to use and why? Let me know in the comment section below. And that's gonna be kind of it for this video. So I want to say thank you all for watching. That's gonna be it. Take care and bye.